Hello, this is Laura Robinson, the garden coordinator for the Chattanooga Area Food Bank. This is the Garden Network monthly video. It is June 2nd, 2023. And I just wanted to show you around the garden real quick and show you how things have progressed since our last video. These are Huss cherry plants. I don't know if anybody has grown these before, but they produce little kind of tropical flavored fruit in a husk similar to a tomatillo. I'll show you if I can find any that are ready. They get yellow, like here's a green one, but then they get yellow and drop off the plant. And usually I just eat them fresh, but they've grown really well for me last year, so I'm trying them again this year. I also have some peppers growing. I did have these under a row cover because I think a squirrel was coming and nibbling on the leaves. The herb bed, the basil, is starting to bush out. If you've never grown basil before, you need to kind of prune it back to get it to bush out because it'll just send up one straight stem. So like here you can see I'll probably end up pruning some of these back. So you just kind of cut it back right before a set of leaves, and then that will make the plants bushier. I still have some dill, which I will finish harvesting soon, and I think put in some parsley. The peas, we had a pretty decent season with peas. I'm going to finish harvesting those today and pull those out. As you can see, they're starting to turn yellow, so the peas are done. Cucumbers, I have a couple of different varieties that I special ordered this year. Kind of TBD on how those work, but I'll let you guys know if I find any good varieties that I really like. I'm growing some honey nut squash, which look like a butternut squash but are small, and they're supposed to be much sweeter. I'm trying them. I think they'll probably need to grow upwards more than out. I might have overplanted this bed, which is pretty typical for me. So we'll see how that goes. We still have garlic in multiple beds, and also potatoes you can see here, which are starting to die back. So we will probably dig these up next week. And you can see the tops of the garlic are starting to turn brown, so those will probably be within the next couple of weeks too. We got tomatoes and sweet potatoes in the ground recently. The sweet potatoes I have started by slip in the greenhouse, which worked really well for me this year. If anybody is interested, I did create a video on how to do that, which is also on my page. On my YouTube page. We have multiple different types of tomatoes. I need to go through here and prune these back. Last week I did prune back some of the suckers, and if you don't know what that means, if you can see right here, this part of the plant right there between the main stem and a leaf, a set of leaves, comes up another basically little plant. And what I did last week is I just cut that off and tried rooting them, just took them right inside, stuck them in dirt, and I would say probably 75% of them have rooted. So if you want to keep tomato plants going, keep basically propagating tomatoes through the summer, you can do that. So I think I'm going to do that and give more of those away. So if you need more tomato plants, let me know. I should have some pretty soon. A couple of new things that I'm trying. This is bitter melon. I don't have a picture of it out here, but it kind of looks like a cucumber, but it's tart, so it needs to be cooked. And it's supposed to be really nutritious. We have something called a cucamelon, also called Mexican sour gherkin. And look, you can see these little tiny fruit. You can see that it's not in the sun, sorry. Little tiny fruit. I have not picked any yet. I think they're supposed to have kind of a tart cucumber flavor, and you just eat them raw. I just thought it was something fun to try. I know that the vines go crazy, So we'll see what this bed looks like shortly. And here's something else I'm trying. It's called Callaloo. It's in the amaranth family, and it's a green that grows well in the heat of the summer, which I'm always looking for greens because I know that a lot of people like greens. The flavor is kind of similar to a spinach, but you can see that these have holes from flea beetles. So I just sprayed them today with neem oil, and then I put some diatomaceous earth around on the ground, which is supposed to help, so we'll see. Hopefully I don't have to use anything more intense. I'm starting some okra. This is a heirloom red okra in this bed. I'll have one more bed of okra too. More tomatoes, more sweet peppers. The cowpeas are just popping up. I have 3 tomatillos, one of which I think might have spider mites, but I sprayed it last week and the new growth is looking a little bit better. So I think I also used neem, or no, maybe I used horticultural oil on that. I need to look. I also have some shishito peppers that I've planted around the outside, which I didn't grow those last year, but maybe the year before they did really well. They just produced like all summer long. No pests, diseases, anything. Again, so there's my sweet potatoes. I have whole beans here, which my kids came and ate some yesterday and they said that they were delicious. I know I have 2 different types. I have like a heirloom turkey craw, and then I also have a Kentucky Wonder pole bean in here. I did start, I had these from a different project, but these are fall gold raspberries. I've never grown raspberries before, so we're trying it out to see how they do. My fig plant did come back. I can't remember if I showed you this last time. Hopefully if you have a fig, it came back as well. As you can see, the top part of it's dead, but that's okay. I should just cut that part back. I have some more cucumbers, which are struggling a little bit back here. And I did want to show you a couple things in the greenhouse. I did start something called an insectary circle, and this is just a combination of flowers that are supposed to attract beneficial bugs. This one has calendula, cosmos, zinnias, and sunflowers. Oh, and a Mexican sunflower. So it's kind of an experiment for me, but I think it'll be fun. And let's go inside quickly. I have some peppers growing out here in the grow buckets and grow bags. Oh, my Meyer lemon tree was looking really rough. I think I took it outside too early when the night temps were still dipping too low. But now I cut it back quite severely, but now there's new growth on it. So it's looking good. I have, someone gave me a donation of a bunch of cabbage. What else is here? Broccoli, a couple kales, some lettuce. And obviously it is not the season for it, but before I throw them away, I figured I would see if anybody else would like to try to grow it. I don't know if you could maybe grow it under shade cloth, or if you're in a higher elevation, you could actually grow it through the summer. Probably not, but I just thought I would throw it out there before I got rid of the plants, because I don't think I'm going to try to plant. I would maybe try to plant the kale, but I don't think it's going to do very well. So if anybody has any ideas, let me know. And the other thing I wanted to show you, the sweet potatoes. So this is how I've grown the sweet potato slips. And like I said, I have a whole nother video on it, but I did want to show you this so you can see down here, the slips are basically just growing up from the potato, which I have in a thing of dirt. And they just keep growing, and I keep cutting them off and planting them and giving them away. So it's been something that's worked really well. I think that is about it. I'm looking forward to getting the last of the kind of spring stuff out of the ground and more summer stuff planted. So that will be happening in the next couple of weeks. And I hope you guys are off to a good growing season. Please let me know if there's anything you have questions about or would like to talk about. I'd be happy to chat. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.